Now, as the weather starts improving and we want to get amongst it with our dogs, but maybe you find it not as enjoyable as you'd like, as they always pull on the lead. With advice to make that stop, we welcome back canine behaviourist Kelly McFarlane. Morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
So this can be a bit of a nightmare if you're trying to walk your dog. So why do dogs pull on the lead when we're going for a walk?
Well, the first thing is, which people forget, dogs actually walk quicker than us. Anyway, naturally.
That's debatable with my dog at times, but yeah.
And we like to do a little leisurely stroll. And the second thing is when they're pulling on the lead, it works for them. They still get to go to the park, they still get to go to the beach. We don't stop any of that. So therefore, why not continue pulling?
And some dogs get really excited even just by the sight of the lead. So what can you do to sort of reduce those excitement levels, or should you, or not?
Definitely reduce it, because, you know, the reality is if they don't have much impulse control before they go out, and what you tend to find is you have clients who are literally have a battle with their dog trying to get the lead on them. So you want to start teaching them that when you pick up the lead, they just need to sit or stand still, and they still get to go out.
We can just say the word walk in normal everyday conversation and the dog hears it now and picks it up and she's ready at the door waiting to go. Even when we're not talking about taking her for a walk, they're quite clever, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they read us like books.
They do.
Yeah.
So is it easy to train your dogs to walk nicely on the lead?
It is. I think a lot of people think it's difficult, or they might be given not the best advice to help. But yeah, it's actually very, very easy. That's the thing. And also you just have to realise that you're in certain environments that could be full of high distractions. So as long as you're aware of that and you know what you're up against yourself, then yeah, it's very simple.
Can you teach any age dog?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you can teach an old dog new tricks.
You can teach any dog anything you like if you bother to do it, basically.
So do you need to use any special type of equipment to train your dog to stop them pulling on the lead?
Well, with regards to equipment, to be honest, most of my clients I work with, we just use a normal lead and just a normal collar. That's it. On the odd occasion, I'll use a training harness if that's necessary. And for some dogs where they're extremely large, and more when I'm concerned about the owner's safety with regards to them being dragged into the middle of the road, and then I may use a gentle harness on them. A gentle leader, which just goes around their muzzles. So, but generally just this, and I tend not to use flexi leads. They're a nightmare, and you have no control over your dog.
Thank you. Can you tell my husband that? I hate them.
I've done it now on TV.
Good. Excellent. So he has to listen. Okay, so how long does it take to train your dog to walk nicely?
And to be honest, how long's a piece of string? I mean, the key to it really when you're training is you're getting out there. You want to first of all practice saying your dog's name. You know, have your dog rewarded every time. You can use a clicker as well if that's how you train your dog.
Can I have a look at the clicker?
Yeah. So you'll say your dog's name, and then basically when they look at you, you'll reward them with food, or you'll use the clicker and then reward.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get this.
There we go.
You just push it.
And then once they're basically paying attention, then they'll start checking in with you naturally, and then you'll reward them for the check-in. And before you know it, they're actually going to start hanging out with you because it's more fun.
This is a very useful little piece of kit, isn't it? Where do you get one of these from?
You can generally get them from pet stores. You can buy them online. The key to the clickers is knowing how to use it properly. I see lots of people kind of doing what you were doing, but they just, you know, click away at everything.
It's not a TV remote.
And basically the way to do it is you're marking the behaviour that the dog does. So if the dog sits, you'll click, and then you'll reward the dog with a piece of food.
Right, so the clicker's like, good dog, have some food.
This is the marking the behaviour. So you can get really precise, or if you're teaching tricks and things like that, if you want the dog to lie on its right side, you only click the clicker when it's on its right side. So
what's your top tip apart from the clicker to successfully training your dog?
Reward them. You know, pay the dog. If you don't pay the dog, we all like to be paid. So if the dog's not being paid, then, you know, why is it going to do what you want it to do?
With the dog, though, you do have to pay them with food, don't you? Because that's what they get.
Yeah, well, it really depends. I mean, I have some dogs that I work with that, yes, we reward with food. And just to make a note, it's not their everyday kibble, you know, they're little biscuits. Other dogs, it's play, it's attention. It really depends on what you're teaching and what the dog really wants.
Excellent. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And don't forget that Eukanuba are giving away to our cafe viewers a $20 voucher off your next purchase of Eukanuba dry food. To download the voucher, go to www.eukanuba.co.nz/the cafe.